Well, welcome in once again to another scintillating, I like that word, scintillating, informative, creative edition of Pick Your Politics. I'm your host, Dennis Silvers. Got a very nice show for you today with a very nice gentleman who's got a very interesting story. And, we got a lot going on here in Las Vegas and Clark County, Southern Nevada. We got elections. We got the mayoral race. We got congressional races. We got Senate races. A lot of stuff going on. And it's very important that you get to know these candidates and know where they stand and see if they line up with you on the issues that are important to you. And we've got a gentleman on today that I think that you're going to like very much. Let me tell you about our special guest, Rafael Arroyo. Rafael is currently a candidate for the Nevada State Assembly, representing District 41. Rafael is a longtime business owner. He was born in beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. His family moved to Las Vegas when he was just 6 years old. Long time ago.
Yeah. Consider myself a native at this point, for sure.
Yeah. His goals are really simple, folks. As an example, he wants to ensure that Nevada, all of Nevada, is the best place for him and all his employees to raise their family. And I think that's great. I think everybody wants that. He is a member of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. If elected, he wants to effect changes to help ensure a balanced government while helping Governor Lombardo keeping a majority where he doesn't lose his ability to veto bad legislation. So that's very important. Keep that in mind because he's doing a heck of a good job. Also, Rafael wants to develop more economic development and diversification, which is great, and getting rid of the unnecessary red tape, which I'm sure all the business owners are really going to appreciate. Wants to reduce regulatory burdens on business. Law and order is important. Public safety is important. And, well, you got two of the best up there between Joe Lombardo and our lieutenant governor, two of the
Metro,
best.
Well represented.
Well represented, yeah. And he wants a choice when it comes to education, which I totally agree with. Leave it to the family. Leave it to the parents, charter school, public school, wherever. And we'll talk about the Clark County School District because that has a few issues going on for it. How many children do you have?
4.
You have 4, so you've been busy.
Of course.
And what grades are they in?
We got 6th grade, 1st grade, kindergarten, and newborn.
Wow, and a newborn. Congratulations.
Yeah,
that keeps you busy.
Of course.
Keeps your wife busy. Oh,
yes.
My goodness. Good for you. That's awesome. That is awesome. How did you feel when you learned or were informed that you got the endorsement of Governor Lombardo? Because that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I mean it's huge. I mean he is one of the highest approved governors in the country. Yep. He's done a great job focusing on core issues that people really care about. And yeah, I mean that's not an easy process to go through.
No,
it's not an easy process.
He's side by side with you on education.
Yeah,
very important to him.
Yes, of course, and so that was great. I really went for that because we want somebody, right? We want our values to align, and I think that they do on almost everything. So it was great, and it was a tough process, but we got through it, and here we are.
Yeah, you got you're been in business for a long time, successful. You got a great family. Why did you want to get into politics and all the heartaches that brings? That's 24/7, man.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I got introduced to it, a while back as a business owner. So one of the things that I learned from being a business owner is if you don't get involved with government, government's going to get involved with you. And so when I opened my business called Smog Plus DMV Services, I dealt with a state agency, the DMV. I mean, you love the DMV, right? Everyone does.
Everybody loves the DMV.
So, so I was there every day. And basically what happened is, you get people in these positions and, when you get innovators and business people, sometimes they get scared. It's like, well, this is new. Like, you can't do this or blah, blah, blah. And so I had to deal with that. I had to deal with, basically, officials making decisions just on their own. So I had to fight it. So I had to fight it on behalf of industry, and I was able to do that. And that's how I got introduced to politics. It was actually back in 2019. I helped get legislation passed to help this industry kind of expand, and it grew, and it was great. And as I continued on, I got legislation passed in 2021, and even last year, to help small business. So, and I still continue that fight to this day. So whether I was actually running as a candidate or not, I still, was involved in that area.
No, that's great. What is the makeup of District 41? Are there a lot of Latinos? What's the overall? When you're out there knocking on doors, shaking hands, kissing babies, having a cerveza, what's the makeup of District 41?
A large Hispanic population there, and also Asian Filipino, a lot of Filipinos out there, Hawaiians, and it's a great district. I've had a business in that district for over 10 years, so I'm well, I know the area very well. And we want to appeal to those voters and get them, and energized and enthused about this upcoming election, because that's been our problem. The message resonates. With people, but people have to get involved.
You got to get out.
Yeah, we got to get involved. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, that is terrific. You have, of course, people helping you, and we'll give your website out in a little bit. When you're a politician, you always need help. You need donations. You need money to run for office. You need volunteers to knock on doors, pass out flyers, do whatever. So we'll give you that information towards the end of the show. When you talk to people, when you walk your district, and I'm sure you're knocking on doors a lot, what do they tell you? What's their concern? What's one or two of the biggest concerns they have? I could guess one, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I would guess public safety would be one.
Yeah, public safety, definitely. Las Vegas Boulevard runs on the edge of that district. Right. So you're going to get a lot of people that are, that you get a lot of people from out of town, but you get a lot, some transients, things like that.
Sure.
So definitely people are concerned about that. Education is a big one. They don't want to be living in the state that's 48th, 49th in the country in education. They want that changed. And of course the economy. I mean, they want to be able to survive and thrive. And so we have to create environments where they can do that. And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing out there.
What are you going to do to help promote bringing business here to the Valley?
Well, really, it's these two things tie into each other, very deeply, and that is education and business.
Yeah.
If you are going to bring a company to Nevada, you're bringing, $100 million company, $50 million company, $10 million company. You want your children to go to a good school, right? If you're the owner of that company, if you're an executive in that company, so that matters. So we need to look at education as part of the infrastructure of our state and say, listen, we need to make sure that we're up. Nevada already has a great business environment. If we can up that education level, we're going to be literally number one.
That's a great point. With that, a lot of people, the school district, fourth biggest in the nation, a lot of people think it's too big, should be divided. Where do you stand on that?
I've had the question asked. I'm not 100%, sure on which way to go. This is the problem. The problem is that there are inequalities right now. And if you split it up, it could exacerbate those inequalities.
Yep,
So
could.
if it's gonna be split up, it has to be done correctly with accountability for all sides.
Right.
And so
Totally.
that's the question, because you could say, oh, it's the biggest, but are you gonna exacerbate those inequalities for those people that may be in different parts of town? We don't want to do that.
No.
So we need to make sure if anybody's making that decision, it's got to be well thought out, well planned, and
Right.
and to allow for those inequalities to be eliminated.
Yeah, exactly. That's that would be ideal, obviously. How long you been a member of the Latin Chamber?
Latin Chamber.
They're a great
Yeah, well,
organization.
yes.
I know a lot of those guys.
Yeah, about 5 years now, and I think it's the fastest growing chamber in the state. The president Peter Guzman.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is an absolute. He's a great
dynamo.
Yeah, he's everywhere. And he's just fighting for small business left and right, and I really appreciate the relationship that I've built with him and all of the people that I've met in the Latin Chamber, and that's how you get things done, right? You get things done by getting people that have a skin in the game, okay, to be able to get in
Correct.
positions where they can talk to elected
100%,
officials,
100%.
and that's how you get it done.
100%. Yeah. Have you had any conversations or met the governor?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole interview process. He sits you down himself. He's not just
Yeah.
endorsing people through it. No,
Right.
when you're sitting with him, if he gives you an endorsement, it's because he endorses you, not because
Correct.
someone told him to do
Correct.
it. He's doing it on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure you've met Stavros, Anthony.
Oh, of course, yes. That's another one. Him
that
and
a
Peter
great-
Guzman are
is that a
competing.
great guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're competing for who can do. Go be at more places at one time.
Oh,
so.
he's unreal.
Yeah.
He's got energy like, woo. Yeah, we play golf every once in a while.
Yeah.
I love Stavros. He's been on the show a couple of times. How would you sum up, Raphael? I know you've got some opposition in the race. You've got an opponent. What makes you stand out and different from your opposition?
Okay, you're talking about a primary opponent?
Yes.
Well, I would just say just my experience. Look, getting legislation passed, because there's a lot of people that can have ideas, and I would say that me and my opponent probably agree on all of our ideas. Maybe we have a few that we don't, but we're probably 99%. Okay.
Interesting.
But it's the experience. I've been up there. I've passed legislation. I've testified. I've met with all the lawmakers. I know people on both sides, and the bills that I've passed have been bipartisan bills. Because let's face it, we want to win this race so we can protect the veto, but the numbers are still probably going to skew a Democrat majority, until we can continue to do work in the state to flip that. But that may be the most likely scenario. So we need to be able to work with the other side. That's something that I've
totally.
proven that I can do.
Totally. I wish the federal government would take a cue from that. We'd all be a lot better off. All right. Before we run out of time, give everybody looking in your web address. And again, check him out. He's got a very nice website that I was on. He's got a place there where you can donate anywhere up to $1 million. If, but give me your website address. Raphael.
So the website address is Rafael Arroyo for assembly.com. RAFAELARROIO, for assembly.com. And you can get there and getting involved, obviously it does take money to run these races.
Sure.
It does take money to run these races. They're not free, but time is also valuable. We need people to get out the message, and you can sign up there on an email list. I will contact you. We will organize, and you get to work with me directly. Like we're going to be out there. We hit the streets. We all go together, and it's a great time. And you're making a difference, to save the state.
Yeah, exactly. And if you start walking for Raphael, he'll buy you lunch if you're out there at the right time of day. What events have you had? What have you got planned as far as a town hall, a meet and greet, somebody's house for a barbecue, whatever?
I had a campaign launch party. It was great. We had it down at the Bootlegger restaurant, who's owned by one of our former lieutenant governors, Lorraine Hunt Bono. A great person.
Oh,
and
Dennis are fabulous people,
great people. So we had that. That was great. I've done several panels, discussion panels.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of conservative groups in the Valley. A lot of women's groups too. They're very involved.
Oh, yeah.
And so I make sure to attend those, and so they can get to know who I am, get to know where my positions are. And I think the Battle-Born Republican women are going to have something coming up in April. I think it's the 11th that I'll be
At Red Rock.
I think so. Yeah. So I'll be at
they're
that.
a good group.
Yes. And so we want to make sure that we're getting out there and getting my message out there and saying,
Yeah.
hey, this is who I am. This is what I stand for.
Yeah.
And these are the positive qualities that I bring to this position.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know this is full time for you. What do you do when you have some downtime? Do you have hobbies? Do you play sports? What do you do?
I try every once in a while to do some woodworking, I've built a few things. The biggest thing I built is like a dining room table. That was
nice.
a huge project. But I built like little chairs for my kids and cutting
cool.
boards and little things like that. So that would be something that that I haven't had a lot of time for.
No, I know, but that's gotta be fun.
Well, this is more
man.
important. Getting out there
Yeah.
and trying to save the state of Nevada is definitely more important.
Woodworking is so much fun. Yeah, I remember taking wood shop in school a couple of semesters. Loved it.
Yeah.
Just loved it. Just those 2x4s through the press, and just the smell of that wood is just absolutely incredible. Last question, so we're out of time. Most important thing that you want to do if elected and you're up in Carson City?
I mean, there's a lot of things that are important. So one of the things, my mother was a teacher here in Clark County for 24 plus years. And so I know the education issue very intimately, and when I spoke with her, one of the things that she says is we need to create an environment for teachers, to want to be here.
Yeah.
And that's very difficult right now because the classroom sizes are huge.
Yeah.
And so does money matter? Of course money
Sure
matters.
it does.
But what also matters is having a good work environment, a positive work environment,
Right.
and getting backup from the administrators. We need to tell our
Right.
administrators
That's right.
of our schools to back up our teachers
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things going on. I mean, she went through a lot of stuff. She taught at Rancho High School.
Did she?
Taught at Canyon Springs.
You went to Rancho. If
I did go to
remember
Rancho
right.
High
Yeah.
School. Yes, graduated
Yeah.
from there. Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So
That's great.
there's a lot of things that we can do there, and not only this is the thing. When you're an elected official, you can do a lot of stuff through legislation, but you can also do a lot of stuff through influence. You have to say, look, I'm a person
Totally.
that's elected. Let me go down to your school and see what you got going on.
Totally. Let me
let's
see for
shine
myself. Yeah.
let's shine some light on on what's actually going on, boots on the ground,
Yeah.
because that's how we see the problems and that's how we can resolve them. So I would say that
100%.
that's probably number one, is creating a good environment for teachers.
100%.
So those kids can get
Yeah.
educated and we can raise the level of our state.
That's and if you need, everybody does every year, every other year, whatever, your car's smogged.
Yes.
Here's the man.
That's it. Yeah, it's called Smog Plus,
Yeah.
DMV services. We got 10 locations in town.
They're all over.
Come check us out.
Yeah, they're all over. He's the king of the smog people. So yeah.
There's bigger people, but
Well,
I
know,
do
but
well.
Yeah, no, that's great. Anyway, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on,
you,
man.
Dennis.
It was a delight.
I appreciate it.
And check them out. Primary's coming up June 11th or
June
something?
11th, yes.
Yeah, about a week before my birthday, if you want to write that down. So it's coming, folks, so check it out. And we'd like to have you back sooner than later.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I would love to come back on. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. More than welcome. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for another edition of Pick Your Politics. For Raphael, I'm Dennis Silvers. And we're going to see you back same place, same time next week. So until then, take it slow and easy, everybody. We'll see you later.